There are several threats and weaknesses to the steel industry. One threat is that steel has a finite demand. The industry has a fixed pie of suppliers that it supplies to. For example, if Company A sells more, Company B sells less. This creates an intense rivalry within the industry, which leads to people industries trying to lower costs, creates excess capacity, which means they have to cut costs, kind of a cyclical cycle. A second weakness of the steel industry is that industry now produces more with ever fewer workers. For example, there's 3 retirees for every 1 U.S. steel worker. Creates kind of an upside-down triangle that poses long-term profitability problems as far as pension and retirement plans. A third weakness to the steel industry is that on average, foreign steel costs 30% less than domestic steel, which is obvious that it creates profitability problems for U.S. steel companies. There's one main opportunity, though, for the steel industry, and that's the movement of the industry towards a non-fragmented industry. Consolidation has led to somewhat oligopolistic competitive structure. This definitely helps out companies within the industry. Long-term profitability, stability, and stability of cash flows too will help any industry in that type of competitive structure. Predictions for the future industry mirror the opportunities. Companies like Nucor that are consolidating industries into one single company are definitely the wave of the future to be able to withstand the changes in the industry. They allow for absorption of more problems if you're in a larger company. One other prediction is that companies are going to have to find something to do with all the excess capacity. Companies like U.S. Steel have huge mills that are just sitting around doing nothing because they're trying to compete on low cost. So they build bigger plants trying to have economies of scale, and then companies like Nucor take some of their sales. So they'll have to find something to do with that excess capacity to maintain long-term profitability. The conclusion for the U.S. steel industry is that it's in not a dire situation, but definitely moving that way as more substitute products fill the market. Companies will have to do something to maintain long-term profitability. Consolidation is definitely one of those possibilities. Legally and politically will be a challenge in the future too, with a more fluid market, more foreign steel coming into the U.S., more U.S. steel going abroad. There will definitely have to be some type of unanimous decision on how the steel industry is going to look worldwide, not just among the U.S.
Thank you for listening to our presentation on the U.S. steel industry. As you can tell, the U.S. steel industry used to be a very powerful force in the U.S. economy, but with the new challenges that it faces with regards to foreign competition, many changes must be made if the U.S. steel industry wants to compete like it once did.